Hey you, yeah you who clicked on this video. Thanks for giving our channel a shot. And if you will, please do us the honor of watching the video all the way through. Appreciate it. Now onto the video. So episode 4, Outer Range, The Loss. So this episode opens up with a flashback of Wayne Tillison talking to one of his farm hands about a rock that he found in the West pasture, and that Wayne hadn't seen this rock since he was a boy. Then we get the sheriff and the medical examiner on the way to the Abbott Ranch, obviously to see Trevor's body, which basically Roll called in, which was the smart play. However, we do find out that the body was not, in fact, on the Abbott Ranch per se, but rather on another piece of land that is adjacent to the Abbott Ranch that the trail falls on. So Sheriff Joy interrogates the entire family, and in particular, she's interviewing Abby about what she saw. And Perry tells Joy that Rhett was with a girl that evening and that Trevor just disappeared. So Sheriff Joy has Rhett questioned. His family doesn't get to warn him because he's not picking up his phone. So she basically is making a point to tell her deputy that under no circumstances is he to pick up his phone and be warned by his family. Never mind the fact that that's not technically legal because he's not under arrest, but whatever. So we see that Rhett's at Maria's job at the bank, but Maria corroborates Rhett's story with Sheriff Joy, deepening the lie. And I don't really know why she had to lie, because all she had to say was that he came back in after the fight and Trevor was alive. But nope, we have to make a whole big thing about this, because remember, we have no murder weapon per se, and even though we have a body, there are things about this body that obviously are not going to jive with Sheriff Joy's theory. So we see that Luke is now irritated by Billy singing, which makes sense. He picks like the worst times to just bust out in the song. Then we see that Sheriff Joy tells Luke and Billy about Trevor's body, and Wayne loses it because that's his oldest son and he is obviously grief-stricken. So, we see this scene, and it definitely puts, a different light onto Wayne, because, he does in his own way love his children. So then we get Perry looking for Autumn and finds her. He questions her and she tells him that she doesn't know anything, but she asks for a picture of his wife, which I thought was strange. Maybe she actually knows where Rebecca is, or maybe she's just genuinely wanting to help. Who knows? We never know what Autumn's motivations are for doing anything. So we get Cecilia on the phone, and Amy's looking very sullen. Perry and Cecilia discuss how the body got there, and obviously, Amy's going to be looking as sullen as she can, because she just discovered a dead body of somebody that she's probably known since, she had a memory. So, then Cecilia's asking Royal about the body and suspects Autumn. Cecilia is tired of Royal's secrets. She's definitely tired of Royal's secrets, but it don't mean the Royal gonna stop telling them. He has a reason not to tell her, that there's a large void in the West pasture, and that it's a tunnel to the future. So I get it, but I can also understand her frustration. So then we have Roll, who's examining the soil at the crime scene and finds a rock, and this is one of those same rocks that Wayne Tillison had in the beginning of the episode. Oof. So we also have Sheriff Joy, who goes to visit Maria and questions her again, telling her basically that lies will complicate everything. Roll examines the rocks, and Sheriff Joy goes to find Rhett and Perry, and basically she's fishing. She has no real evidence, especially since Roll took the belt buckle. But then here comes the lawyer right when it looks like she might make some headway with one of the brothers, and stops the questioning completely. Then we got Mrs. Tillison, who shows up and blames Wayne for everything, and she's Wayne basically says, you left, you have no right to say anything. Plus, their kids are grown, so I don't know where this is coming from, but it's obvious that they have a very sordid past and a history that lends itself to them not getting along. So then he starts talking crazy about the West pasture again, trying to say that there's valuable stuff here, there, and everywhere. And she's really just like, no, she's gonna find out who killed her son, and then she's going to give the ranch to Luke so that he can do with it, basically make it profitable and, let Wayne die in a demented stupor. So there's no love lost between those two characters. Then we see Royal going to see the property assessor, who is fat as hell. And Royal basically just threatens him. He's like, look, I will put you in a hole. And when he says he's going to put you in a hole, he don't mean a grave. He means he's going to throw him into the void if he don't stop playing games with his land. Understandable. So we got Mama Tillotson, and she's pressuring Joy to make an arrest. Now, just the amount of just sheer audacity that these Tillersons have, like, she's just all up in the medical exam room with the medical examiner, and, Sheriff Joy has to remind her that is literally illegal, and she's like, whatever, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and nor do I have any confidence in you to, to solve this case. So that's interesting to me. Then we get to Trevor's funeral, and Billy's singing another song by a female artist, as he's known to do. Again, it's creepy every time Billy sings. I mean, the boy's got talent, but it's just creepy. And because when Mama Tillotson just has a eruption where she just opens the casket instead of leaving it closed, and I guess she's looking to see who looks away from the Abbott camp, and she notices that Perry looks away, so she immediately is, her instinct is telling her that Perry is the one that killed her son, which she's not wrong, but still, it just is like, okay, so you got spider sense now? Like, what's good? But it's very Game of Thronesy, if you ask me. Then we got Joy talking to Royal after the funeral. Property assessor, out of spite, moves the hearing up to next week and tells Cecilia this. And I don't know why you would do that. Like, Royal's not the one that you need to be afraid of. You need to be afraid of Cecilia. She's a scary mama, and and that's her family's land. That's who you need to be afraid of. But this dude's an idiot, and he don't understand who he's messing with. So then we got Autumn playing poker, cleaning everybody out, but Royal wants to join the game, and he asks to see her feet, which I thought was interesting. But he tells the story basically of a gambler, and it's a local folk tale about a gambler who was playing cards with a man and looks down under the table and sees hoofs and finds out that he's playing with the devil. And so he's trying to figure out, Royal is basically insinuating that Autumn is the devil. So they raise the stakes of their bets. Originally they were betting for her to be able to either stay on the West Pasture forever, or Royal or Royal basically getting all of the secrets of her past. And they raised the stakes to her giving up her necklace, or her being able to, stay in the ranch, forever and ever. So then the Bison interrupts the game, and we see that Royal wins the game because he cheats, and he gets the necklace. Then we move to Wayne having a very strange premonition. He goes out to the West Pasture, driving like a crazy person, having no regard for people's property or, or just their things. Like, he's just like, he acts like he already owns everything. It's really annoying. He finds the void. Royal attacks him. They get into a fight. It looks like Wayne is knocked unconscious, but then Royal doesn't, finish the job, and he gets beamed over the head with the rock that Wayne had, and Wayne gets away. So looking forward to seeing what's going to happen, because it's clear that because the medical examiner is, of the opinion that the time of death isn't congruent with the fight between Rhett and Trevor, that you can't really use them as suspects because there's no evidence of the body being moved to that location. So, we got a lot of problems here with that case. Mama Tillotson is definitely a problem, and now Wayne Tillotson is going to be a problem. But then there's the issue of, if he's just ranting and raving like a lunatic, who's going to believe him anyway? So let us know what you thought of this episode in the comment section, and we'll see you on the next one. The next 2 episodes. 8-Bit Heroes out. Peace. If you'd like to get a shout out on the channel, then hit that like button, maybe share it with a couple of friends, and do us the biggest honor of all, and subscribe to the channel so you can join the 8-Bit Heroes family. And while you're at it, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when our new videos come out.